Hello, I am Jonathan Rosenfeld, and today I am joined by attorney Deborah Goff, and we are going to be talking about some of the regulations in place for New Jersey nursing homes. Deb is an attorney who is licensed in New Jersey. She handles a lot of cases there, and we're going to get some great information about nursing home negligence in the state. Deb, thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for the invitation to talk to you today.
So, Deb, in New Jersey nursing homes, we can talk about New Jersey nursing homes, but the truth is that, these are the same problems state by state. But what are some of the main types of cases and injuries that you're seeing coming out of New Jersey nursing homes?
We see a variety of negligent acts and injuries. I think that the types of injuries we see most commonly are bed sores, also known as pressure ulcers, fractures like fractured hips, sometimes fractured necks or backs. We see medication mismanagement that can lead to strokes or diabetic comas or other problems. We see sexual abuse, physical abuse, malnutrition, contractures, that kind of poor neglect that leads, neglect that leads to those types of injuries.
Now, New Jersey, what type of regulation is in place to protect residents in New Jersey nursing homes? Are there state agencies out there to protect the residents?
Yes, there's actually a great body of law to protect the residents. It's called the New Jersey Nursing Home Act, and it's there to regulate the nursing homes and ensure that good care is provided. And the regulatory agency in New Jersey is the Department of Health and Senior Services. And they will regularly go in and what we call survey a facility, either annually to see if the facility is in compliance with the regulations or if a complaint is made by a resident or a loved one.
Now, if a family is out there, they're watching this, they're listening to this, and they have a situation where a loved one may have gotten injured, there may be an acute event, there may be a gradual decline, but there's clearly they suspect that there's some kind of problems going on. What can a family do in terms of looking into the incident or looking into the facility itself?
Well, they can certainly call the Department of Health and raise a complaint, but I would highly encourage them to contact an attorney. And I would highly encourage them to contact an attorney that does nursing home litigation in particular. As I was telling you, it's a regulated area in New Jersey. It's a very specific body of law. And nursing home litigators, one, know the regulations and what's supposed to be done and are able to look through the records and policies and other things they need to determine what should have been done and what wasn't done. And also they're skilled in treating and working with plaintiffs that are elderly or have passed away and may not earn anymore, but still matter, and what happened to them mattered. So it's a different kind of way of presenting your case.
Now, every single type of personal injury, medical malpractice case is ultimately governed by a statute of limitations, which is a timeline to file a lawsuit. And before we even get into it, obviously, these are general, situations here. But in New Jersey, can you talk a little bit about the statute of limitations for nursing home negligence and wrongful death cases?
Sure. In New Jersey, you have 2 years to file a claim from the date of the neglect or the act. So that can be confusing. There may be multiple acts of negligence. The family may not know exactly when an accident or injury has occurred. So while you have 2 years, again, I strongly recommend that if you think your loved one has been neglected, you should contact an attorney immediately.
Absolutely. Now, when a family is considering bringing a case against a facility, there ultimately these cases come down to dollars and cents. In a civil case, your sole recovery is monetary recovery. Um, how do you evaluate these cases, and what type of compensation could a family recover in these situations?
Well, your nursing home resident is not your typical plaintiff. They're elderly. They probably aren't earning anymore. There may be a high level of incapacitation or loss of quality of life. But their life matters, their pain matters. And so we have to evaluate, one, what happened to them, and then two, what kind of a facility are we dealing with? Is this a facility that has been reckless on multiple occasions, has been known to have been cited by the state for bad care in the past? So all of that goes into the value and valuation of a case. There are three types of damages you can recover in New Jersey for a nursing home negligence case. The first is compensatory damages, and those are meant to compensate the resident of the nursing home for their pain and suffering for what happened to them. And it's important to note that just because a resident passes away, either before or during a lawsuit, that doesn't eliminate the compensatory damages. The estate can still recover for what happened. It still matters what happened and the pain and suffering they went through. The second kind of damages that can be obtained are called wrongful death damages. And those are really meant to compensate loved ones that were still receiving guidance and support from the resident of the nursing home and the loss of that guidance and support. And then the third type of damages sometimes can be obtained are called punitive damages. And those are reserved for cases where the facility was particularly reckless and the care was particularly awful. And under those circumstances, those types of damages are awarded by a jury in order to really punish the facility for such reckless and bad conduct and try to deter it from happening again.
Deb, this is great information. If anyone has additional questions about New Jersey nursing home law, we will definitely get a link up for you, and they can certainly reach out to you. I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you.